That's good.
Some news coming out of Chelsea, which, to be honest with you, it is what it is. I know I'm wearing blue, but that's for Fantastic Four. It's got nothing to do with Chelsea. And news is that they've already got Hudson out, they've already got Rudiger out, and they've already got Loftus-Cheek out. But news out today is that N'Golo Kante has had a recurrence of his hamstring injury. Now remember, he missed the last game of the season. He had problems there because of it. To be honest with you, we've had Ramsey out for 7 weeks with a hamstring. You know, and that's the reason why I said, why does he have to miss the final? You know, hamstring's supposed to be 2 to 4 weeks. So how is Ramsey not playing in this final? But you know what? Whatever, man. Kante, for me, just really hasn't had enough time to recover from it. But you know what? I'm not really about all of that. If he turns up on a day, don't be surprised. All of this is rubbish. A lot of people talk about this injury, that injury. I wouldn't be shocked if he turns up on Wednesday, and I'm preparing for it. But the news is today that N'Golo Kante is injured and will probably miss the final. Considering we're only going to be missing Mkhitaryan, and Socrates came out and said, let's win it for Mkhitaryan, because the guys have something to rally behind. And all the positiveness is in Arsenal's favour. So let's take a look at that. Arsenal have got a one-up over Chelsea when it comes to finals. They just have. You know, whether that's a Charity Shield or whether that's the FA Cup finals, they just have one over Chelsea. Their record also against Chelsea over the last few years is really, really good. And even when you consider Chelsea beat us at Stamford Bridge this year in the second game of the season, now that was when our team had no idea what the manager wanted to do, and I'm sure Chelsea had a bit of that, but we were just in a mess, and we still nearly came away with a result when we lost 3-2. But at home, it weren't even close. We just battered them into submission. They didn't even turn up. Also, the Sarri factor is going to be important for them. I think everybody knows he's out this summer. You know, he's talking like he ain't going to be there. He's had that meeting with Ivan Gazidis about coming to AC Milan, and the players, knowing that there's there's 2 transfer bans, I don't think Chelsea's in a good spot right now. They've got all that going on with the manager. They've got Hazard, who wants to leave. They've got no transfers for the next 2 transfer windows. They've got a plethora of injuries. So how are Chelsea favourites? Look, man, we just need to go in there and we just need to do the job. The ticket situation is a joke. 6,000 tickets each to each side. Arsenal has sold 4,000, and Chelsea is only, well, they've sold about 1,800. It's less than 2,000. So as from Friday night, the tickets went on sale. The 6,000 spare tickets went up on sale for £19.95. These tickets a week ago were £500 plus, and now they're going for 90 because nobody can get there. What are you gonna do? Listen, buy a £19 ticket and jump in a boat with a paddle and paddle your way there. There's no way to get there. How are you gonna do it? So listen, man, I don't know. I mean, I think this more favors the original idea that FIFA and UEFA wanted, which was to make this a global event. So it ain't for the Chelsea fans, it ain't for the Arsenal fans, it's for the fans around the world that wants to go to Baku, enjoy the city, enjoy the nightlife, and try and get more people around. That's really what they want to do. They don't care about us fans. They don't. And I'm kind of glad that we've just booted them aside and said, look, we don't want nothing to do with this. Yeah? TV is fine. We're blocking up all the TVs, pubs, bars all around London, and you know what? We'll enjoy it because it is what it is. It don't mean that we're not going to stop supporting our team. So from that perspective, I think that UEFA have just outdone themselves, and they should have changed it to Wembley. If it was at Wembley, it would have been a huge event. I mean, could you imagine the wave of blue and red support there would just be under the, I mean, all that's going to happen in Baku is you're just going to have a ton of empty seats, A. B, a ton of people who just are casual watchers who probably picked up the tickets for cheap because nobody else could make it. That's a fact. If you turn up to their box office in Baku, you're probably likely to go and get a seat for next to nothing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they start giving tickets away. I really wouldn't. If UEFA started giving them away to local schools or colleges or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised, because they're never going to sell these seats. And it just, what a dog's dinner of an event. But like I said, I don't care about that. All I'm about is Arsenal winning, getting into the Champions League. And again, that's another thing. What are Chelsea actually paying for? Because they're already in the Champions League. And yeah, man, listen, for me, it's just going to be an Arsenal day, an Arsenal event. And I'm still going for an Arsenal 2-0 win. So that's it from me, guys. Don't worry too much about the Chelsea injuries. Whoever turned up on the day is still going to get beat. They had Kante in the side when we slapped them up in the FA Cup final in 2017. So look, don't worry about it. They had Kante when we slapped them up at the Emirates as well. They don't really care who turns up and who doesn't. We're just going to roll them over, because that's what we do when it comes to Arsenal and Chelsea. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. Feeling really good about it. 3 days to go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Peace out, people.